And so another area that we provide a lot of value is in helping them to focus. Most of the entrepreneurs that come to us suffer from shiny object syndrome. That's what, anything that they see they want to start a business around. So we try to remove all the distractions that we can to help them focus on the business at hand. We help them to create strategies and then tactics to implement their business plan. And then of course we provide them with the networking and the connections that I mentioned. And then finally, when they're ready for graduation, we actually have a graduation ceremony for them. They're coming out of there with a strong foundation in marketing, in sales. They've got a solid, steady customer base. They're already generating revenue. Usually they come to us, they're pre-revenue. They've got their financial systems in place. They've got their distribution systems. They, if they have a product, they've secured a location to manufacture or a subcontractor to do manufacturing for them. And of course, they're well on their way with the contacts that they need. So typically, this process takes anywhere from 2 to 3 years. Now, with the more rough economy that we've experienced during the last year, we've seen this timeline lengthen. So we're seeing more companies stay 3 to 4 years, some even 5 years. And that's also in the Central Florida area due to the advent of more biotech companies. So their cycle is a lot longer because they need to secure a lot more venture capital. Their research and development phase is a lot longer than the traditional businesses, technology businesses that we've worked with. So those are some of the reasons why that timeline has been elongated. Now, not to say that we don't have our early successes as well. So for example, when we opened the incubator in Winter Springs, we had our first graduate in 8 months. Spectrum Bridge, they're a company that's operating out of Lake Mary now. They've got 30 employees. They started with us when we opened the incubator. They were able to secure a venture capital investment of $8 million. And their investors wanted to be involved hands-on in the company, so they had the management and the business development expertise that we were providing through their funders, and are now a very successful company. I think they're at $4 million in revenue today in Lake Mary, and that was only in 8 months, in a period of 8 months. So we work with each company where they are. Everyone starts out at a different level. The entrepreneurs, some are more seasoned than others. Sometimes the market cooperates better for some products and services than for others. So it really, there's so many variables that will dictate the length of time that the entrepreneur and that company will remain in the incubation stage. So as far as the services that we provide through the incubation process, of course, we provide the adaptable and flexible spaces and lease agreements. But incubation is not just about that. I think that's a misnomer that many people think that incubation is about providing cheap office space and shared administrative resources. But the fact is that, yes, they do get a really nice deal in terms of the real estate side of things, but the real value of the incubation program is in the business development, the coaching, the mentoring, the technical assistance that these companies receive from this huge network of professionals that are working and that are vested in their success. So they get a lot of on-site business coaching and mentoring. We create and offer seminars, workshops, training sessions that are tailored to their needs, just based on our discovery of what is most needed across incubation, most of the incubation companies. So this year, not surprisingly, we've done a lot of collective work with them on sales and marketing. And that's paid off a lot. And we've actually had a few, I can speak for my companies out in the Winter Springs Incubator. I have 12 currently, and I say that probably 7 at least seven of those that I can think off the top of my head actually did better during this year than they had in their past. And some of these companies are companies that had been in operation, say, 2 or 3 years before coming to us. So the incubation process really, I think that focusing thing that we help them to do, and just honing in on the exact assistance, the exact needs that they have, and helping them and surrounding them with the professionals to help them directly with that is what really works for them. Then, of course, we provide access to interns, graduate student support. And as I mentioned, we do all this through an extensive network of partners. And some of those partners are other incubators across the country. Many of our incubator companies don't graduate until they've gone national. Some of them come with goals of becoming international companies. So we help them by connecting them with the incubation system in the different countries that we work with, and they're able to benefit from that network of incubators as well.
Thank you.
We have where there's been traditionally a gap in being able to secure or help our companies to secure venture capital and angel investing and financing sources. So that's something that we are working with our network on. There are some angel investor funds that are being worked on currently.
What's that mean, angel investment?
An angel, it's the early stage.
That's just
It's the early stage investment that companies get. Very early seed money where they're probably still, in many cases, even at the idea stage. So often the more formal sources of funding will not lend them money that early. The banks usually won't, the venture capitalists usually won't. So angel investors see the potential, and it's sort of they're doing it more as a give back, as a philanthropic effort on their part, and hence the term angel.
Do you connect businesses with angel investors?
Yes, we do. We facilitate connections with angel investors, with venture capitalists. Some of them don't want to go the investment route. They prefer to, get either a loan. So we prepare them, help them prepare their documentation for bank financing, whatever it may be. We make those introductions when we see that they're ready. They often think that they are ready before they are. You don't know what you don't know. But we help them through that process. We help them to polish their investor pitches. We help them to polish up their business plans. So yes.
You're watching the Shark Tank.
Yes. Yes, it is. It is. And feel free to continue to ask any questions.